Okay, this is from a Reddit post on the Pullman, a Pullman Reddit page, just a normal Pullman, nothing to do with the murders, okay? And somebody couldn't decide whether to move to Pullman or to move to Moscow, right? Listen, as others have already commented, the Moscow Pullman area is spectacular. One thing to mention is that if you move to this area, you will likely be travelling back and forth between the two towns. For example, the mall, if you can actually call it that, is in Moscow, not in Pullman. Someone has already mentioned the differences in taxes. The rest of that isn't relevant. So this is what I was wondering. Don't people travel back and forth between these towns? And yes, apparently they do. In fact, it even says it in the PCA. I'm going to read it to you. I've got it right next to me here. I've just got to find the page. So, both Pullman and Moscow are small college towns and people commonly travel back and forth between them. Oh, Milo, stop licking. This is not the time for that. Oh, really? I'm going to do this again. Both Pullman, can you see that at the top? So approximately 10 miles from Moscow, Idaho. Both Pullman and Moscow are small college towns and people commonly travel back and forth between them. People do that commonly. They commonly do that. I'll tell you another thing that I noticed as well, is that I don't know what laundry service he had at Steptoe Apartments. It does look like there was a laundry room, so I'm assuming that he did do his laundry there. But the laundrettes in Pullman, and for a different reason, I was looking at these laundrettes, long story, but they have terrible, terrible reviews. And it says about you should use, I'm going to use Moscow ones, these people reviewing, rather than using the Pullman ones. So there's another possibility. There is also something else interesting, which may or may not be relevant, probably isn't, but who knows, that Ryan Augusta, who was an ex-resident of 1122, he owned a it's a cleaning business, but it's like a laundry business, delivering and collecting laundry from people's houses. Now, you know, if you're too busy, you know, studying or whatever, well, I can actually imagine Brian Koberger being somebody who might use a laundry service. And I've read about transfer DNA and how it can get transferred in laundry services. In fact, this is absolutely horrific, but fathers, like a father of a child, sperm has been found on the pants of their daughter without any sexual abuse, but just through the washing process. Can you believe that? I'm going to have to find you the article where I found it wasn't an article, it was a science paper, a research paper. That's the word I'm looking for. A research paper. Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, it does sound unbelievable, but their DNA is getting into weird places, and there's not just secondary DNA, there's tertiary DNA as well. It can be transferred on, like from one item to a person to an item. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, back to So, yeah, this is interesting as well, comparing the two towns, still talking to this Reddit thing, still advising this person about Moscow and Pullman. So Moscow's the more liberal town, whereas Pullman's more conservative. That actually surprised me. If you're looking for the food co-op and the farmers market, as well as recreation at Moscow Mountain, then Moscow is the place to go. Pullman has a new hospital and a movie theatre. And they talk about the nice downtown area that doesn't feel like a college town. Then it talks about Spokane. And then what I really wanted to get across in this post is that regardless of whether you choose to live in Moscow or Pullman, you should plan on going back and forth to take advantage of the activities of both towns. It will be easy for you to have the best of both worlds. They're suggesting that that is normal. That's normal practice, to be going back and forth. Unless, like the one time that Brian Koberger, that traffic stop that was in August, now that was, I'll show you where it was. Okay, from page 16 of the PCA, one of these occasions, on August the 21st, 2022, the 8458 phone utilised cellular resources, providing coverage to the King Road residents from approximately 10:34pm to 11:35pm. At approximately 11:37pm, Koberger was stopped by Latah County Sheriff Deputy Corporal Duke, as mentioned above. The 8548 phone was utilising cellular resources consistent with the location of the traffic stop during this time, right? So, location of the traffic stop, location of the house. But look where this flipping traffic stop is. Right here, it's Farm Road and Pullman Road. Okay. How close is this to the home? Look at that. Oh, that's really close. It's a flipping tiny town. It might seem close to somebody who lives in like a city, and they're like, oh my God, that's so close. It's not close. It's not close at all when you live in a little town. I've got chewing gum on my foot. I'm not even going to explain how that happened. You just wouldn't believe it if I told you. Oh dear. I've got a bit of a situation here now. Let's have a look on Google Maps. No, Google Earth even. Show us what you got. Right. Here we go. Let's have a look. Why would Brian Koberger be here? Oh, I see why he would be here. Actually, don't even know what that is. But I know Palouse Mall's around here. Yeah, there we go. Look. Oh, I wonder why he was there. It's a flipping shopping mall. It just beggars belief. Oh, we're not going to give you that detail, that he was just at the mall. It's really out of order. It's just really says a lot. Look, there he is. He's in that car. It just he's there with a backpack on. The omissions, very cleverly done. You just got to watch out for these mofos. They're sly. You wait till they get you. Here we go, more from the Reddit post. Moscow feels slightly smaller, but most of the shopping is in Idaho. One thing I'm disappointed about the Moscow-Pullman area is the lack of a Sears, Target and a Fred Meyer and the highway between the two. But then this person says, personally, I find this refreshing. Moscow and Pullman still retain the small town feeling, privately owned businesses. While many areas in this country are run by these chain stores, personality goes a long way in a city or town, and suburbia type stores, Target and Walmart, crush this feeling. Just my point of view though. By the way, Sears has or was in Moscow for at least 15 years. It's in the mall, and there is a Target and I think a Walmart. There's a Winco's anyway. Winky Winco's. Look, here's Palouse Mall. And that is in Moscow. That would be why you might go to Moscow if you live in Pullman. An enclosed shopping mall in the western United States, located in Moscow, Idaho, opened in 1976. The mall is anchored by Bed Bath & Beyond, Michaels, Old Navy, Rite Aid, Ross Stores, Target and Winco Foods. The site is on the western edge of the city, near the state border with Washington. It is fronted by Pullman Road, State Highway 8. Don't know why I picked a 9 instead of an 8, which becomes State Route 270 in Washington and connects to Pullman, the other chief city on the Palouse, 7 miles west. And there we go.